Hello everyone and welcome to Friday with Fiona, and today's class to go is using the Taco Fiesta stamp set. I love this. I got it as soon as it came out in the January to April, and I have made a couple of cards with it, but I don't know why, I just haven't had a big play with it. So today's class to go is making you a box and decorating it, and then making 4 3x3 cards. Now I have the measurements and they are in imperial, so when I do the tutorial I will convert it to metric as well, okay, so if that helps you. And you can see the host code here, YZGBN9BK. If you spend £27 or more and use that code in my store, and the link is above the video or below the video, then it will take you directly to my store and put that host code in, and then I will know that you want this class to go. And if you spend £27 or more in my shop by midnight on Tuesday, that's the 2nd of May, exciting day, it's the day the new annual catalogue goes live. Anything you want, just adhesives, paper, cardstock, whatever, and then I will send you everything that you need to make the box and the cards, including the 3x3 envelopes. But I don't send any stamped images, so you either need to have this stamp set or you need to use something that you've got, something similar. Okay, so let's get rid of my face and get started, and I'm just going to remove that banner. So this is a fabulous stamp set, and it was designed by Erica Serwin, an American demo. When they hit a certain target, they get to go to the Home Office in Utah, and they get to design a stamp set. And Erica's from Texas, and it's also sort of funny and puns and stuff. It was in the January to April catalogue, and it's carrying over to the annual, which is great, and it is good fun. So I hope you like the cards that I'm going to do today. I've got my cards and everything are already cut. I'm just going to show you how to make the box. I've got Stampin' Blends, I've got Memento ink, because we're going to be colouring, well, I'm going to be colouring, and hopefully I've got everything I need. That's fine. So let's just move that out of the way for now. I'm not going to use a stamp set right now. Let's show you how to do the box. So it's a piece of black cardstock, 11 by 6 1/4, and I'm going to score let's get this arm out. Right, so I'm going to score at 1 inch. And make sure I don't use my cutting blade. Right, there we go. So let's get my adhesives out of the way. Right, so that's 1 inch. Do you know what? I think I'm doing this wrong. Score on the long sides. At 1 1/2. I did this like a week ago and I've already forgotten how to do it. So yeah, it's going to be 1 1/2. In fact, I'll do it this side, 1 1/2 on both sides. That's okay, because that will be folded back so you won't see it. So 1 1/2. And 1 1/2. Oops, it's alive. Let's get my bone folder. And this is basically to fit your little cards in that we're going to be making. And they are cute. You can use them as, whoa, I really need to sort my desk out. Gift tags, or, you know, just a little gift. Right, and then along this side, I'm going to be, now I might be a bit weird, but I always seem to start at the end. So 7 and, I'm just going to make that 7 1/2. 6, and I can pop that back in. That will line up with the 6. Make sure it's straight. And then 2.5. So fortunately I'll have both metric and imperial on my, and then 1 inch. And then it's just a case of using a bone folder and cutting. So that's really just why I wanted to show you rather than just having it all ready to go. So get my snips. Yeah, so this is going to be the lid to the box. And I like to cut to get rid of the, let me use my bone folder first, to get rid of like the little bumps and lumps and bumps that you get from the score lines. Make sure you get rid of those to the box. So I hope everybody's well, and if you're watching the replay, hello, thank you for watching. We've had an eventful few weeks. I am much better. Got some more meds because it hadn't completely cleared up. On Sunday night we went up to bed and we had a leak. Oh, what a nightmare. It's gone through the ceiling, and anyway, hopefully it's sorted, but yeah, we didn't get much sleep that night. So I'm just cutting, so this is the 1 inch, and I'm going to cut these flaps out so that we're left with like the lid. Whoops. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I should have had one ready to go and then just shown you how to do the scoring. So I'm cutting outside the bumpy line, and then I'm just going to cut a little bit off there to give it an angle, and the same on that side. Okay, and then the same on these tabs. Cut outside the score line, because then when I cut my little angle off, it gets rid of that little bumpy bit where we scored. I scored. Don't know why I talk with the royal we. Must be because we're coming up for the coronation. Right, that's that side done. I'm going to do the same on the other side. With your adhesive, you can use Seal Plus, tear and tape, or red line tape, whichever you use, or Tombow. I'm going to actually use Tombow, and a great trick that I saw another demonstrator do is I have some pegs, and it just holds it in place just for a couple of minutes while it dries. So I'll show you that. Right, I realised I didn't show you my box, and I just need to put my thumb over something because I have masked and used another name there. So we're going to make the box and then decorate it with some images. Right, okay, so let me get my pegs ready. 4, 6, 8, there we go. And then get my Tombow. So what I'm going to do is the 1, 2, 3, 4 flaps. I'm going to put my Tombow on there. And make sure I'm on camera. And then this is where the pegs come in. They're brilliant. So one there, one there. That'll hold that in place. And then the same on the other side. One there. Make sure it's level. And one there. So that's drying, and then I can do the same. No, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. That's my flaps on my lid. So I need to get rid of that. I need to let it dry, and then I'll use my actually just get a bit of just wiping the adhesive off, and then when it's dry I can so what's going to happen now is where I've done those tabs, these ones are going to go inside. So I actually need to put adhesive. I was getting carried away. So you can see where I scored incorrectly is not going to show at all because it's on the inside. Put those down and then get my pegs. Okay, so there we have the box, and then the flaps. I'm just going to trim those flaps a bit because they get caught when you've got the cards inside. So in actual fact that score line worked well. I'm going to cut down there. So I'm cutting most of this adhesive off, but I will still need to use my rubber to get rid of the excess. There we go. Let's get rid of those bits. Okay, so there's the box, and that will hold the little cards and the envelopes. So these are the envelopes, dinky. I'll pop them in now. And then there's the things to make the card. Now, for the front of the box, let me just get rid of stuff I don't need. Right, for the box, on the circle, and I have my memento somewhere. Let's move that out of the way. I'm going to stamp my taco, because after all, this is the Taco Fiesta stamp set. And I'm stamping it with memento because I'm going to be colouring in. That's that one. And just before they retire next week, So Saffron. You could use Daffodil Delight, which are going to stay current, but I just like the So Saffron. So I'll start with dark. And again, you don't need to see me colour all of this. I'm just going to show you a couple of tips. So I'm starting with the dark. In fact, I think I need to use the thicker end. Otherwise it will take forever. Good job this is retiring because it's nearly worn out. Okay, that's the dark, and then I'm just going to go over that with the light and blend it basically. And it's so clever, the work she's designed is around the edge, which looks like a frill. So I've got my light, light poppy, dark poppy parade is for my tomatoes, which is the round bit. I wouldn't have tomatoes in mine, don't like them. And then I've got Granny Apple Green for my lettuce. Oh, I did get everything out, but I forgot the faces. So she's designed these cute little faces. Right, let's take my avocado off there and give him now. Should we give him the moustache? Yes, I really like this one. Oops. So I'll just get my ink, and I won't make you watch my clean my stamps. I'll do that all afterwards. And then I'm just going to pop in. Just need a bit more. I think my Memento, I thought I re-inked it the other day actually, but that's better. And give him a moustache. Yay! How cute is that? Oh, it's so fun. Okay, so that is that one. And then that is going to go onto the square, which I've cut out with my stylish shapes. I don't actually have enough blocks, but let's just move the ones I don't need yet. So these are, oh gosh, what do you call them? I've got a load downstairs in the fridge with my hummus. And I'm just going to do them along the side because the circle is going to be on the right hand side. There we go. And again, I'm just going to, I won't spend hours doing this. I'll just quickly do it. So it's, and again, they're going to be covered by the circle, so you won't really see this. Right, and then my circle is going to go over the top with dimensionals. Find my dimensionals. And I think the thing I haven't got for this one I need to get is a bit of scrap paper to do the sentiment. They're such fun. So it's You Spice Up My Life. I'm going to do that one with the peppers. Holy Guacamole, it's your birthday, so I'll go with the guacamole and the avocado. Long Time No Taco. I love that. I'll pop that down there. And what I'm going to do actually, rather than spend time cutting, is I'm just going to stamp my sentiment there. So I'm going to put your nacho average. Now it does say friend, but I don't want to say friend because I might be giving it to a family member. So I'm just going to stamp that straight onto my square. Well, actually, I've done the friend now, so I have to give it to a friend. There you go. How cute is that? I love it. Right, okay. And I don't want to lose those stamps. I am going to just quickly clean that because I don't think I'm using that one again, and I need to use the block. Oh, come on. And then what I'm going to do, I've got a bit of so I've got garden green in the lettuce. I'm going to use the garden green twine. So it should be drying out of my box. Oh. And then your flap's just going like that. Now this one goes out on the outside, okay? And it tucks in behind that. But first, I need to wrap my twine around with enough to do a bow. So let's do too much rather than too little. Okay. I'm using Coastal Cabana next, not the garden green. So I'm just going to tie it in a bow so that it's in position for when I put my front bit on. Excuse me. Just have a sip of water. Okay, And then now I'm going to pop that over the top with dimensional, so it'll hold the twine in place. Now I don't want to do the top bit because that's going to be over the flap. So let's start about a third of the way down. Just check you can see what I'm doing. I might need to start zooming in actually, I'm not sure you're getting all the detail. Okay. Right, now let's get this on our box. I just think it's lovely when you, you know, you've gone to the trouble to hand make something for someone, to give it in a nice little presentation box. So I'm putting this over the top of the flap, so it's going to hold it in place, and it's also going to hold my twine in place, like that. There we go. And then if I undo the twine, and then you can see that the lid just slots underneath. Oops, like that. If I can get my bits in the sides. There we go. So there you have your box, and once all the cards are in, I would just do that up again. So let's move on to card number 1. It's just a bit of fun. So I'm going to need those. Card number 1 is black, and I've got a square to go on the inside so that you can write your message, and I'll just leave it blank. One of the other ones, I mean, you could stamp a chili pepper on the inside if you wanted. Maybe we'll do that. There we go, that's the inside done. Now on the outside, I've got this scrap bit because I need to stamp, I'm going to lose these stamps if I'm not careful. I need to stamp my sombrero and my chili, and then I need to cut them out. So let's do the chili first. One chili and one sombrero. Okay, and then I'm just going to colour the chili in Poppy Parade. Actually, I think I might do light Poppy Parade. No, dark would be okay. And again, I'm not going to be really careful with these. I should have coloured them before and had them all ready to go, just to save time. I don't like chilies, but I do like red peppers, so I think I'll have them as a red pepper. Right, that's my red pepper. I'm going to need that for some more stamping, and I'll just give it a green stem. Okay, now my sombrero, I'm going to do that in actually Parakeet Party. A little bit more fiddly, and polished pink. No, not polished pink. Light sweet sorbet. Polished pinks, retiring. I love chili actually, chili con carne. Right, so where's my scissors? Let's quickly cut those out. And again, I'm not going to be too fussy. I don't mind fussy cutting. I know a lot of people want dies for this, but I think the dies would be, because everything's quite small, I think the dies would be really fiddly. But you never know. Last year they brought out some dies as a special promotion to go with stamp sets that already existed. I think that was in the summer. We had the birthday piggy and all sorts. So, right, there's my sombrero. I just need to cut out my chili. My red pepper, not my chili. That Poppy Parade is a lovely colour. I tend to go for real red, but actually that's really nice. And you should notice that when I'm cutting, I'm turning the card. I'm not turning the scissors. It just makes it easier and kind of a bit more seamless. Okay, so there's my pepper and my sombrero. So those are the only ones I needed. Now on the outside bit of card, I need to stamp my baby chilies or baby peppers. So like I did on the front one, I'm kind of going up the side, just sort of random. There we go. That's that one done. I'm just going to colour those in quickly with the Poppy Parade. They're only little, so it shouldn't take long. Oops, colouring outside the lines as well, which is not very good. It's because I'm not being as careful as normal, but that's okay. I can always put a gem over the top. Right, and then just give them the green tops, stems even. Okay, and my cactus, where's my cactus? I got my cactus out. Oh, there he is. So let's take the tacker off. So he's going over there on the right, and I need to give him a face. I'm going to use the same face for the pepper, chili pepper. And actually I need to colour that cactus in. Now the sombrero I did in Parakeet Party, so I need to do my cactus in Parakeet Party. It's almost like neon, but that's okay. I love saguaro cactus. So again, I'm not taking a lot of care, just colouring that in. And get my face. There we go. And I need to pop that one on with some dimensionals, and I need to pop that one on with some dimensionals. There we go. Just need the one eye, hopefully. There we go. And then this one, I might use a bigger one actually. At the top. smaller one at the bottom. And then we'll just pop him there. Okay. And then the great saying that goes with this is, you spice up my life. Now, there's my little strip to go across there. And in fact, I can cover up where I made a mistake. You spice up my life. Right, I finished with the sombrero, so that could go away. That gives me another what's it to use. That's not big enough. Yeah, let's use this one. So the sombrero can go away. That can go on there. And you spice up my life. Oh, all the cars are going out for school run. Oh gosh, I tried to pick something up at the chemist in school run time yesterday. What a nightmare. I couldn't even get in parked. I gave up and came home and went back later. Right, you spice up my life. Hopefully that's straight. Yes, and on the other one I used as stylish shapes, but on this one I'm just literally going to cut it at an angle to save time. And pop that across there with dimensionals. Do you know, I'm just like, while I'm making these, they're making me smile. It's just such a happy stamp set. Okay, so that's it, and then I'm just going to pop. Okay. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Can't see it for looking. Seal Plus in an old fast fuse container, and just pop that on the front. Oh, I was wrong. I do need a bit of twine, so I'm just going to try and tie a really, really small bow. Probably going to be too big, but make it really small to go on my red pepper. Right, now I need a glue dot. Nearly at the end of my glue dots as well. Hopefully enough for today. Yeah. So I've just rolled up the glue dot. I'm going to pop it on the stem. Let's try and make this a bit smaller. Really, really small, because he's not a very big pepper. And just cut that little bit off. There we go. So card number 1. It just makes me smile. Okay, right, now moving on. I think this one might be my favourite. I'm not sure. Might be the colours. I do love this. Right, okay, so this is Orchid Oasis. Again, it's 3x6 scored at 3. Then I've got a bit of Coastal Cabana with I don't know why I've got that on the back. Is it stuck? No, it's a bit of white card to go inside. Right, okay. Now this is the tricky bit on this one. I need to punch a circle, and I did come a bit unstuck before, so fingers crossed. So that's my inside, and I'm going to have a taco on the inside. And it's the back of the card for the front, if that makes sense. So I can stamp it off. Here we go. I'll colour that in a minute. In fact, you don't need to see me colour that in. All right, so that was the back. And then this one, I need my circle on my Coastal Cabana. It's a 2-inch circle. Yeah, 2-inch circle. This is tricky. Tricky. Oh, I'm dizzy then. Right. I'm not sure if I've made that. Right, okay, that's the same size, so I have a bit of room for trimming down, because that was my problem last time, was I cut it completely off centre. This is the hardest bit for me, so what I really need is a post-it note. Can't find any post-it notes. No. Okay. Oh, masking tape, that'll do. Let's have a bit of masking tape, just so I can hold it and try and get it in the middle. Fingers crossed. Oh wow, perfect. So that helped. Okay, put that away later. Now that could be smaller than the white, but actually I like Coastal Cabana. I don't know, what do you think? Is it even all the way around? I think it is actually. Okay, let's stamp my, what do you call this? Oh, pinata. Okay, now it's going to go. Right, need my circle. What I'm going to do, I've just popped my circle over my white card, and I'm very lightly, with my pencil, going to just pop a tiny pencil mark, top, bottom and sides, so I know where I can stamp my pinata. Is that what it's called? Pinata? And in fact, I've done it so faintly I can hardly see them like this there. That should be okay. There we go. Now I'm going to just quickly colour his nose, ears and tail. In Orchid Oasis. Oops. And his sweet sorbet, just for a bit of contrast. And his saddle, to give it a bit of colour. What I'm saying here, it could be a her. I have no idea. Right, so that was Sweet Sorbet, and then Parakeet Party. I'll do a collar as well. Literally like dots, so small. And the smallest bit there. And then the middle bit. And I'm going to use Tahitian Tide for a bit of contrast. You don't have to use as many colours as I am. I'm just having fun. Oh, not too tired. I did Orchid Oasis, but not to worry. Right, so that's going to go on the front of my card there. So let's pop that down. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to raise that up. So, whoops, should get a dimensional in each corner. And I'm just going to snip some of these. Because I don't like soggy bottoms. Oh. Yeah, that's worked perfectly. Right, and then let's get the backings off. Oh, sun's coming out, how lovely. Gosh, wasn't it yesterday awful? Just torrential rain. I'm really worried about water now. We've had this leak. It's just a little bit of water can do so much damage. Right, then that's going to go over the top. Whoops. Over the top of my pinata. So you can, even though it's over his nose, you can still see it because it's up on dimensionals. And got my, these are also retiring, the in colours from the in colours that are still current, but they're oops, this type of gem is retiring. So one of those, whoops, one of those, and one of those. Right, and then on my bit of cardstock, which is going to go across there, I'm going to have Spectacular. Yep. Right, let's get rid of the Spice Up Your Life. Makes me think of the Spice Girls. I wonder if that's where Eric have got it from. Right. I'm going to try and line that up so it's straight. Oh, it's back to front for a start. Right. Spectacular. Now it's going to go across the, yeah. Okay, and I'm just going to, so that's going to go across there. There we go. So I just need to glue that at both ends. I'm not sure that's straight. Nope. That's better. Okay. And Coastal Cabana twine. And again, not as small as my other one, but come on. There we go. That'll do. Right, another glue dot. I think I've got some left. They do last a long time, these, but I think I am right at the end now. And then just pop that on the side there. Okay, and there's card number 2. 1 and 2. Right, card number 3 is granny apple green and crushed curry. There's my one to go inside. Ideally, I would have used pumpkin pie, but I haven't got any. And I have embossed this with the 2 mini embossing folders, and one is stripes and one is dots. So it's just to give it a bit of texture. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to pop that on. Nope, I didn't want that to happen. I'll use Tombow. Sort that out in a minute. Okay. Right, that's that. And then I've got my circle and my strip for my sentiment. So back to the taco. Where's my taco gone? There he is. It's a favourite. Well, seeing as it's called Taco Fiesta, seems appropriate, really. I'm just going to quickly colour that because I want to put the moustache on, and I can't do that without them. I don't usually use this end, the nib, the thick end. It's kind of got a mind of its own. Right, and then we'll do the tomato and the lettuce. I meant to use granny apple green, but I've actually used parakeet party, but do you know what? I think that looks more like lettuce actually, so that's okay. And then that's going to go on there. Now inside is where we're going to stamp the, is that a tortilla? I have no idea. So again, just going to quickly colour that. And that is lettuce, so we'll use the parakeet party. It's a shame this colour's going because it is really perfect for these stamps, but not to worry. We have loads of other colours. Right, let's see inside. Right, now on my circle, on my face, I want to use my moustache, big moustache. There we go. And on here, we're going to say, that's spectacular. Gosh, I hadn't realised the time. It does fly when you're having fun. No, we've just got one more to do now. Yeah, long time no taco. There we go. See if I can get this straight. Oh, I can't get it straight because I can put it on the block straight. Right, let's try that again. You can see how easy it is to correct a mistake, especially with the photopolymer. Long time no taco. And I'm just going to do the same again and trim it diagonally to save time. And that's going to go across there. So I'm just going to pop this on with dimensionals. Which are all sticking to each other. Now what I need to do before I do that is take some, so this is pumpkin pie, but that's okay because all Stampin' Up colours coordinate. And I'm just going to, right, so this is going to be tricky. Let's get it on to the card and then I'll be able to do the bow up. Famous last words. Love, love, love the colour combination. My granddaughter loves orange, so this would be a really good card for her. And I'm going to tie a knot, which should then make it easier to tie the bow. There we go. It's a bit rough and ready, but hey ho. And I'm going to lay this flat because otherwise it's just going to be too much. Let's come down there a bit. Long time no taco. So just a bit of Tombow on the middle. That might be a bit too pointed, that end. Let's just try and take that down a notch. There we go, that's better. Okay, there you have card number 3. And I think the reason they work so well is because they're small. Obviously, if they're bigger, you'd have to be doing more images. Right, and then the last one is, so it's thick, basic white. Now, I have done an insert because I want to stamp. I'm going to stamp my avocado. I need to clean all these in a minute. I want to go inside. Here you go. And granny apple green around the outside. I actually picked avocados when I lived abroad. Didn't enjoy it because I don't know if they were winding me up, but I think snakes were in the tree and I had a phobia about snakes. So, and then this is Parakeet Party. And then for the right, so saffron, what's that one? Light pumpkin pie. Let's try that. It's a bit bright, but what I might do is just get my colour lifter. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so that's the inside of card number 4, even though it's white on white, because otherwise that would show through the back of the card. Oh, can't use that because of the sticking to my fingers. There we go. Right, and then on the front I've got a piece of black card, and this is the other one. So this one we did the stripes, and this is the, I don't know if you call them dots or what, and that's going to go kind of 2/3 of the way across. So I'm going to use Tombow for this because it's not going to stick otherwise, I don't think. So I want to have a white frame around it, and then a little bit of white at the side. Okay, and I should have a circle, yes. And this is where I'm going to do my guacamole, if I can find it. Haven't got it out. Okay. Memento's getting a good workout today. I guess if you don't like colouring, this is just not your cup of tea, but it is fun. Right, and then I have my little nachos. That's what they're called, nachos. At the side. And I'll colour those in a second. And my saying, got a lot of stamps to clean. That's the only thing. My saying is, holy guacamole, it's your birthday. Right, let's try and stamp it straight. And this bit is literally cut to size. But if you purchase from my online store, £27 or more, you will then get a full tutorial to go along with this. Right, holy guacamole, it's your birthday. I just need to colour those. Now, what colour should we do the guacamole? I think I'll do it granny apple green. Is that light or not? Gosh, I've got ink all over my hands. Right, that's dark, so I'll get the light. Okay, and my pot, because unfortunately there's no crushed curry, it's a pumpkin pie. I think I'm going to need to get some pumpkin pie card, but probably not till nearer Halloween. Right, that's the dark, so saffron, light pumpkin pie. Okay, and then the nachos with so saffron. It really is running out. Making me hungry, actually. Right, there we go. Gosh, I've got a lot of stuff to clear up on my desk. Oh, should have done a single one, but I haven't. So I won't keep you waiting for that. And that's going to go on with Tombo. That's going to go on with dimensionals, and then I need my pumpkin pie twine again. More speed, less haste. No, more haste, less speed. There we go. And I'm going to pop that there. So you can see I've got all these stamps to clean. There's the box, and there's your 4 cards. You spice up my life, spectacular, holy guacamole, it's your birthday, long time no taco. And then they fit into your box. With your 4 envelopes. You could get a couple more in as well, actually. Okay. just get those in and they flat behind there, and then tie that up in a bow. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that today. I know I had great fun making it. I'm sorry for making you watch me colour. Don't forget, if you spend £27 or more in my store, use the link and it will automatically use the host code. You can use anything, adhesives, cardstock, whatever you want. And then I will cut everything on Wednesday and send you enough to make the box, decorate the box and make the 4 cards, but no stamped images. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely weekend and see you next week. Bye for now.